Hello again. Welcome again to our classes concerning functions in programming. We have already discussed the basic concepts concerning functions where we say with functions the program is divided into some smaller manageable chunks. Now, if you look at this particular program here, we have the main function starting from here, and this is the extent of the instructions which are in this particular function. So if we look at it as an isolated program, this is all about the main function. And then we have other functions here. This one, we have another function here, and we have another function here. So in total, we have 1, 2, 3, and including the main function, we have a total of 4 functions. Now, what do these functions do? If you come and analyze this one here, it is saying return x plus y. This is just a function for addition. It's just like a calculator. This one here, which is called ML, returns x times y. This is just another calculator where 2 numbers are multiplied and the product is obtained. In this one here, we have a division that is return x over y. Now, as you can see, in all these functions, variables are the parameters which are captured as part of the header. Now, if we come to the main function where the job starts, you can see now that the variables are declared, only 3 variables, W, P, and N. Then we have data entry, but then instead of operation, we have assignment here, and a function AD is called. Following that, another function is called at this particular line, and this function is called ML. This is the function that is being called. Then at the line number 33, the function Qt, which is this one, is being called. Now, if we compile this program, we don't find any error. If we run it, we can now enter 2 integers. Let's say we enter 345, that is 345. And then we can enter, let's say, 67. Now what we are getting is that the sum is 412 multiplication. Product is 23,115. Quotient is 5. Well, that is as far as the output format is concerned. Now, in order to understand this particular program, first thing is that this main function is the one which is calling other functions, like here the AD function is being called at this line, and the interruption happens, and this particular line is brought into action. And then we get the answer here, and the program continues to supply this message, and then function ML is called, and the interruption is affected, and this particular line is executed, and so forth and so forth. Let us now digest or dissect this particular program using RAM diagrams as usual. Now, normally we said that the program starts at the main program where variables are declared. Now, if we come here, we could say before line number 22, which is where the program is going to start effectively, the RAM is as follows, where we have all space empty. Then after variable declaration, the status changes. After variable declaration, we have a variable called W, we have a variable called P, we have a variable called AN, and the rest is empty. This is AN. Now, this is as far as this particular line is concerned, declaration. After declaration, as we normally do, we say this is reserved, this is reserved, and this is reserved, while this is empty, not occupied. Now, after declaration, we have entry of data, enter two integers. This is just a message, but here and here, data is entered in the declared variables. What happens on the RAM? The RAM will change status and acquire the following situation. This is RAM. Now, in W, we may have entered, let's say, 10, and if in P, we may have entered, let's say, 20, and in res, this is still reserved because that is an. In AN, it is still reserved because nothing has been entered. So that is as far as this line here and this line here are concerned. Now, at this particular juncture, the function AD is called. Function AD is here, and this function has got a parameter by the name of X. So RAM changes. You have 10 in W, you will have, let's say, 20 in P, and in ANS, there is nothing so far. So in AN, there is nothing. But then another variable called X is declared in this particular function. It's a parameter, and we call it formal parameter. Then X will receive, X and Y. Another variable called Y is declared. Now, because here at the calling juncture, W and P are sent to the AD function, it means X will receive the value of 10 and Y will receive the value of 20. This is from P, as this is from W, and this is from P. So that is as far as the calling of this function is concerned. But then return X plus Y. Now what happens is that the RAM will change. After return X plus Y. We will have W with 10. We will have P with 20. And now we are going to have AN with 30, which is the addition of 10 to 20. But now X and Y are dead. They are just left up here because they cease to exist and they are relieved of their legitimacy once the function is exited. So on C out, you will see 30 from AN. Now, after that, it means the program has already arrived here. AN has received 20, and the continuation will start from here now. Sum is. So we are going to see that particular answer. And then multiplication comes on. Multiplication, this particular line will cause the function ML to be executed. The function ML is here. Now, with function ML again, the memory will change. Memory will change, whereby you have 10 in W, you have 20 in P, and you have 30 in AN. And again now you will have X and Y having 10 and 20. Now these two values will be multiplied, 10 multiplied by 30, and the result will be sent to AN. So the memory is going to change and look as follows. You have W with 10, you have P with 20, then here you will have AN with 200. Now 30 will be overwritten and AN will acquire a new value, and now X and Y are no longer there. So the program will exit and come back to the main, and this word product is will appear, C out AN will appear, and now the Qt line will be this line number 33 will be executed, and Qt function will be called. So Qt function is here. Memory status will change such that here we will have W, we will have P, this with 10, this with 20, and we will have AN with 200, while the rest is empty. We shall have X and Y from this particular function. If you come here, you find that when it was called, Qt has got X and Y. That's why we have the same thing here. Now, X and Y, X will receive 10 from W, and Y will receive 20 from P. And now, this particular operation will be done. That is 10 over 20. That is X over Y. Now, if this was not the kind of integer, let us assume that we are going to have 0.5, then this should have been the answer. But again, AN will receive 0 because as we continue, you are going to find that actually such a situation will not be able to be handled by the computer because of the type of variable. However, for convenience of this video, let us assume that the computer we are not assuming, the computer will do its job, and 200 will be replaced by 0 because it is the result of dividing 10 to 20, although we could get 0.5. Now, because the data type is an integer, we are going to get 0. Let us just draw it in a better format. So here we have W, here we have P, this is 10, this is 20, and this will be 0, that is AN, while the rest will be empty, and the program will come to an end. So this is as far as functions are concerned, parameter passing is concerned, and normally the parameters that we have been dealing with here are those which are concerned with calling by name, not calling by address. So we are using the call by value or call by name to send data or parameters in the functions, to the functions that are being called. So far, that is as far as functions are concerned and call by value may be concerned. Later on, in advanced classes, we shall deal with call by reference. For now, let me thank you and say bye-bye.